going on here? Shouldn't you lot be hard at work?
Well, we are, Simon, but because of the restrictions we've got in there, because of noise, we've got to build an outside workshop.
Ah, because you can't use the drills when all those clinics are going on.
Or cutting or banging.
An outside workshop, right, fine. Now, it's a big place in there, Dee, isn't it? I suppose we're going to need lots of material for you?
Lots of fabric, lots of chairs, lots to do, Simon, to be honest.
But I don't really know what the theme's going to be yet. Have you been chatting to people? Any ideas?
I have. I mean, it has to appeal to a large age range, and it has to be bright and creative, so...
Actually, the only thing they've told me is that it has to be out of this world.
Out of this world?
What do you reckon?
Hey, a bit like Kieran. Space?
And your design.
Space, the final frontier. I think I'm going out to see if I can get some ideas of what the kids might like.
27,000 feet per second. And the thrust is go. Everything is go.
This blue looks pretty royal, really. However, it does dry a lot darker. This is a better quality paint. And I'm using this colour for the space, background of the space with the planets and the stars. Purely because I think for a children's room, black will be a bit too dark and too heavy.
This is Apollo Control at 11 hours 29 minutes. Apollo Control at 22 hours 49.
We've finished the templates, putting it onto MDF. We're going to cover the MDF with foam and PVC, which are going to be the back of the chairs.
While Bev and Dee were dealing with the chairs, Kieran was doing amazing things with chipboard.
Altitude now 21,000 feet, still looking very good. Altitude 13,005, still looking very good. Still you're looking great. 1,400 feet, altitude 1,000 feet. Still you're looking great. There you go, landed.
So whilst John was painting deep space, I took some of the children to meet Britain's first cosmonaut at the Birmingham Observatory.
Hello. Wonder if you could help us. We're here to see if we could find out a little bit more about space.
I think we could probably help them about space.
Yes, well, we have a telescope here, but you're probably the best person to tell them about space since you're the first British astronaut.
I happen to have a video. Would you like to see a little bit of video?
We would like to see a video, wouldn't we?
Yeah? Come on then, come and follow me.
Wow.
And then off we go. And it gets faster and faster and faster. Starts off very slow. The speed builds up and you feel really heavy. You feel like you're being pushed back into your seat. And then there's us inside. Somersaults were a little bit more easy because there were ropes running along the walls of the space station. We could twist ourselves round.
And what are you eating?
I'm eating some bread. This is a packet with bread already made into very small portions. So all you have to do is squeeze out a piece of bread like that.
Oh.
And catch it.
And it floats too.
It's fun, isn't it? And this is the view looking out of my bedroom window. You can see how blue the seas are, can't you? And how bright it is when the sunlight shines on the clouds.
What about the moon?
Oh, I could see the moon, but the moon didn't really look much different to me. But the stars looked very much brighter. Because what do we have on Earth that we look through when we see the stars?
Maybe we can go up and have a look at the telescope, see if we can see anything. Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be
Should we go
quite
and have a
good.
look
Would you
at
like to see the telescope? Did you bring anything back from outer space?
I brought a number of things back, actually. Let me show you some of them. If you turn around, I can show everybody all the different badges and things, of course. This is the badge that tells people which country I was from. Then, over on this side, this is the badge of the factory that makes all the space suits.
You know, when you're in space, because things float in the air, would you not have to use a table?
You don't really, except it was quite good for us to have somewhere where we all went to eat together, because it's quite nice eating with everybody else, isn't it, I think?
I'll work my way down from the top of the wall here with the dark blue we have, down to my horizon of the planet that I'm actually drawing. From that, I'm taking it into the doorway. And here I have a problem. It's a bit square and doesn't really go in the theme of things. So, to get around that, I'm charcoaling some shapes, odd shapes, which I'll carry that theme down onto the actual door itself.
This is not stretching. We'll stretch this a bit more.
Will we get our little weapon?
Yes. A hairdryer.
Well, Well, as the sun comes up, it's the start of our very special day with a live broadcast for children in need. Now, all the technical equipment seems to be assembled, as to the team who are inside facing a pretty stiff challenge because they have to be totally finished by the end of tonight.
What's this going on? Drinking coffee with so much to do, and you make me one. Look, we gotta go. Move.
There's so much to do, we're never going to get it all done.
John, seriously, we need help.
Hey!
So I got time.
Oh, let's get out another coffee then.
Every member of the Real Rooms team volunteered to work on this project as their contribution to children in need. Meanwhile, it was time to rehearse our live programme.
Is there any way we can mic John without seeing his pole, please?
Now, whilst we do all this work, the clinic continues to operate, seeing patients as normal, and they're using this playroom as an impromptu waiting room. But as John said, we are going to need all sorts of extra help, so we've drafted in almost the entire team of Real Rooms experts and decorators, and they're all standing by, ready, willing and able.
It will be there.
Because obviously being live, we can only do this once.
8, 7, 6, run VT. 4, 3, 2, 1, on air.
Okay, we're on there. Hello, and a very warm welcome to Real Rooms. And have we got a very special challenge in store for our experts today? Because today, live before your very eyes, yes, live, we're going to attempt a real room makeover. Now, whilst the work is going on, we have still got to make sure that the clinic can operate, and the doctors are using this playroom as an impromptu waiting room. So how has it been going?
Well, it has been very difficult, but the show has gone on, as always. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been exciting, and we've all had a great anticipation about the future unveiling.
Well, the guys have already scurried through here and are hard at work, and I see that's quite nice. Now, the walls were prepared, so what are you doing now?
Well, we've got a lot of painting to do, Simon, as usual, you know.
And Leah, that's a beautiful colour.
It's fab, isn't
It matches your eyes.
Yeah.
Now, John Craig is the man responsible for the design. We got some help with the wallpaper. What condition were the walls in after we got
Actually,
that
not
off?
too bad, but you can see they need a little bit of filling here and there.
Yeah.
With that rubbed down, then we can get this massive ocean paint on the top.
Hard at work here, but not with paints.
No.
Why not?
Sticky black plastic.
Sticky back plastic. That's brilliant. It's a sort of hark back to the olden days, really, isn't it?
We'll have to use this stuff because the wood underneath is difficult to prepare. It's African maple, difficult to prepare for painting, so we're using this stuff instead.
Excellent. So is this easy to stick on? You just whap it on?
It's difficult because you have to get rid of all the air holes underneath, so you're quickly rubbing away to get rid of it, but it looks really good.
Now, Richard White, a man for colours.
Hello there.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm extending the boundaries around this door, you know.
You're always extending your boundaries, aren't you?
Indeed,
So
yeah.
how do you do that?
Well, we made a template up and I've drawn around it at the top. We're carrying on the theme from the door, the yellows and the reds, and we're taking it right round to make the frame. Just extend it, get rid of these, just these blank shapes.
A man who's normally knee-deep in wood and chips and sawdust is Kieran Kelly. Kieran,
Hi, Simon.
You've got some fairly large construction work going on over here. What are you up to?
Well, now we know the theme is space. We're building the universe.
The universe?
Universes are quite hard to build, you know, Simon.
I know they are. Now, these are the chairs that people would normally sit on when they're waiting in the waiting room, but they don't look very space age, and so our soft furnishings expert, Dee Mortimer, has decided to put her creative talents to use, not with curtains and cushions, but with some funky stuff.
Oh, it's metallic PVC.
Brilliant.
Isn't it gorgeous?
That's wonderful.
It's very strong. Have a look at the back, and you can't rip it or tear it.
The pressure was on to seal the black plastic for the reveal.
Some people describe this as like waiting for an exam result, and other people say it's like waiting for Christmas presents.
It's like a present. It's a bit of both, I'd say.
A bit of both.
Yes.
Now, what was the room like before we arrived?
Well, it was a large 70s room which wasn't child-friendly or decorated with children in mind. It was slightly imposing with this very high ceiling and then, of course, the doors all leading off this area. We didn't think it was appropriate for our needs, and it's something that's been increasingly concerning us with the increased numbers of children we've been seeing at the centre.
Right. So how many sort of children do you think you would see in a normal day here?
At least 20. And of all different ages and different needs.
Yes.
Might be teenagers, there might be babies. So it really needs to serve a wide range of children.
Are you ready?
Yeah, are we ready?
Right.
Oh.
The gold knife is ready. Let's have a look at the new waiting room. Here we go.
Scalpel,
3, 2, scalpel, doctor. Here we go.
Yeah. And we can go in?
Go in.
Oh! Come on, see. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Now this is just a small section of the room. Come in, Tony.
Completely out of this world.
You said out of this world. You said that.
You promised out of this world, and well, we had completely taken on another
Can you come
planet.
to my house?
Well, we've got a bit more to do here first.
I'm sure the children will. We've got the best waiting area in any children's hospital ever.
Let me tell you about some of the things. You see, we've gone for a space theme.
Well, they certainly seem to be pleased with it so far, but only a quarter of the room has been done, and there's less than 12 hours to complete the whole task.
Absolutely wonderful.
This is the solar system.
I mean, these doors
And
are
the
just
doors.
transformed.
You said
aren't
the
they?
doors. Now, what we've done is we've tried to make them look less like doors, not that big, square, ugly door.
They're very much more inviting.
And something a little bit interesting for the kids, so they can be like in the hall of mirrors and
yeah,
some
the
colours
reflection
and shapes.
and the use of light is very important at differing levels, especially low down for smaller children or children in a wheelchair. Be important. We really love seeing the reflections.
Do you think the kids will like it?
Yes.
I'm going to call some of the kids in and see what they think of it.
Come in then. Come on.
Because they've been waiting. Hello, this is Poppy.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello.
Come on in.
Come on, Alex.
Hiya.
Come on, Isabel. Come on.
And here's Pudsey as well. So they can try some of this out. You come in.
Max. Hello.
I'll bring in some of these guys that have done all the work if the designers and decorators come in.
The live transmission comes to a close, but there's no time to rest on our laurels. It's straight back to work. And John takes delivery of some specialised toys made by the children's favourite, Mr. Sunshine.
It makes noises. As good as that, it's good for manipulation of the wrists. This is a block threader, threading from right hand to left hand. And keeping with your space theme, a nice move.
Of course, the moon.
And here we have,
wow,
spaceship.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Right, I'm just pushing in the last tacks, and this one's finished. I think they're all finished now, aren't they?
With the team flat out in the sealed waiting room, the families had to use an alternative route to get to their clinics.
Now, we've just seen you walk in. Can I just see you do a little bit more walking with your walker?
Okay.
Show me how you're getting on with that. Come forward a little bit forward and then see if you can walk back to Mum. We'll catch you. Put your arms out ready to catch you. Whoa, fantastic. Well, pretty good.
Now, what's happening in here?
Well, this is what we call the play therapy group.
Yeah.
Within this group, the children will be seen by all our therapists. They come along to this group once a week and not only have an assessment, but also have treatment within the groups. Should we go and see some of them?
Yeah, please.
Hello, Hannah. You've got a new baby, haven't you? Hannah comes along and Hannah will see the teacher, the speech and language therapist, the nursery nurse and the physiotherapist.
Hi, Hannah.
And
She's
do you
doing very
enjoy
well
it in
indeed.
here? How long have you been bringing Madison here?
Well, this actual session only 2 weeks, but we have been coming on a Friday morning.
Right.
And we just really enjoy them, especially for the mums, because it's so nice just to all get together.
And this is a physiotherapist, Mrs. Anne McQueen,
Hi there.
giving some physio to one of our young patients called Ori. You
Hi,
see,
Ori.
behind these doors, all different things will go on. You have seen the multi-therapy group, Dr. Wolf's clinic, and here we have a therapist to give them one-to-one therapy.
Well, we're battling away to try and get this room finished before the end of the night. Lots of lovely blue on the walls, but not just plain blue walls, because John Craig here... Oh,
we wish he'd never started this, that's what he's doing.
I bet you do. Listen, you're trying to create a nice space mural on the walls.
I am.
It looks like you may have just bitten off a bit more than you can chew.
No, Sam, I promise you, it'll be done. It will be done.
Are you sure?
I will, I promise.
Keep up the good work. Now, listen, guys, how's the painting at higher levels going?
Painting's done up here, Simon. I've got a friend here helping, you know. That helps. We're just seeing stars now, thousands of them.
Stars, marvellous. Bev, what on earth are you up to?
Kieran, satellites. It looks really nice.
What's a satellite when it's at home?
Well, come back when it's finished. You'll see then. You'll be convinced. I'm sure you will.
It's like a shower curtain. You sure you're going to be finished?
Oh, go away.
You've got 2.5 hours.
I will be finished. I'm sure you will.
Now, Elaine. See, you look like a fly.
Got away mastering on spraying, Simon.
Right, what, you're just vandalising this radiator?
No, disguising them, giving them a space age look. Lots of silver spray.
Sue, it was going absolutely fantastic. We've almost managed to create an entire universe here, and then disaster has struck. Really, it's incredible, because the satellites over here, well, they were being clad in yellow PVC, and it hasn't worked. Dee Mortimer, our soft furnishings expert. Dee, what's gone wrong?
It broke up in re-entry into Earth atmosphere. Afraid so. That's it.
But seriously, we've had to redesign
Completely,
all the satellites.
Yeah, that's a good designer. John, straight away, problem solved.
It's not going to delay us too long.
Not one bit.
Are you sure you're going to be finished?
Not one bit. We're going to be finished.
OK, well, they say they're going to be finished. I don't know. The carpet's going down. That's not too bad. But, John, couldn't you have got, like, a whole big bit the same colour?
Don't ask. It just came in different colours, so I'm putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
There's a big crowd gathering here because we did promise that we would let you all in half an hour, didn't we? Yes! It's not finished yet. There's a whole load of computer cable tubing, and that's been put to some sort of use, yes, around the edges, but there's so much of it. Elaine, this is all supposed to be up, isn't it?
It's supposed to be up there, Simon.
We're running out of time. We've got less than half an hour.
We're going to do it.
We did promise that we would reveal this room in its entirety to the whole nation just after 11:30. Is it going to be finished? Is it going to be finished? Yeah!
We bounce to Birmingham. What news from the Midlands?
We're having a fantastic time in Birmingham, Terry, aren't we?
Yes!
Now, these are some of the staff of the Children's Centre here, where we've been working very hard with the Real Rooms team all week. Let me just show you what their waiting room was like just a day or so ago before we arrived. It was a bland and fairly uninviting place. Now, this is what it looks like, and you've been waiting patiently for this, haven't you? So let's get in there. 3, 2, 1. And on you go. We were after a space theme. We've created a universe. This is the team that's been doing it all. You managed to finish on time, so well done.
I think it was safe to say that there was only one phrase that everyone could use to describe the end result. They were over the moon.
Look at it now. What do you think, kids? Is it good? Yeah! I think it's going down quite well. Now, is Jane Williams, Tony Wolf, the doctors that I spoke to earlier on, come forward, because I just want to find out what you think, because you asked for something out of this world.
We did.
And?
You gave it.
Really? You saw a little sneak glimpse earlier on as to what it was going to be like, because we showed you the corner of the room. But
That's right.
There was a few things that we hadn't told you.
No, not at all. It's all been an even greater surprise and even more out of this world than anticipated earlier. I mean, the central features of these large pillars to be seats and play areas has broken up the room and has made it interesting, less imposing, and certainly attractive to all the children, as you can see the way that they're enjoying playing with every activity here this evening.
And Tony?
It's just lovely, isn't it? And you've just taken every idea that the staff came up with, and you've developed it, and you've given us everything, even anything we suggested. It's here. It's wonderful.
There is a booklet containing the details of all the Real Rooms featured in the current series. You can get this by writing to Real Rooms 2, P.O. Box 7, London, W12 8UD. Enclose a cheque or postal order for £3.75, made payable to BSS. Please allow 28 days for delivery. And the next real room is this dingy dungeon, about to be transformed into a mouth-watering medieval dining room. If I can get out of this thing.
Do not, and I cannot.
It helped Mark Horn. Well, Mark Horn there called into action. Grayson was driven quite wide, hit it early. I think it caught Jakob Lausen before it was blocked by...